Since I started this gun channel a year ago, I get the same question again and again. That is, what handgun do I think is the best all-around handgun? Now when I get this question, I always answer it and say, well, you know, it's very subjective, it depends. What handgun do you think fits your hand best? What handgun do you shoot best? What handgun has the features that you think are important on a handgun? So in other words, I puss out and I don't really answer the question. I change to a different question, which is, what handgun is best for you? If I actually said what handgun I think is the best all-around handgun, it really just tends to aggravate people, pisses people off, and you just end up starting flame wars. But for once, I thought I'd just go ahead and answer the question and say that yes, I do believe there is a best all-around handgun. There is one best all-around handgun. It's a handgun that is very versatile. It can do most things well. It's going to be able to do most anything you can ask of it, serve any need you could possibly have for it. And that gun is, well, it's not this. If you think it's that, psych, because it's definitely not this. This is good for certain things, but it's definitely not the best all-around handgun. In my opinion, the best all-around handgun is the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus revolver, and I'll tell you why. To be more specific, I think the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus with a 4-inch or lesser barrel is the best all-around handgun, period. Now, why do I think that? Well, let's take a look at the gun and let's see why I think that. Now, as far as looks go, probably one of the most beautiful guns around, with the exception of possibly the Colt Python and the Smith & Wesson early model 66s. One of the best looking revolvers made. Just the proportions are great, the shape is great, just a really attractive gun. I mean, this gun is definitely proof that you don't have to buy an ugly gun to have a good gun. So many people feel that for a gun to be really good at anything, it can't be attractive, and that's just not true. This is proof that you can have one of the best looking guns and it still be one of the best overall guns. Now, one of the reasons I think it's one of the best overall guns, other than just its looks, is its size. With that 4-inch or less barrel, this here is a 3-inch barrel. With that size barrel, the gun is easily concealed. You can carry this gun as a daily carry. I mean, I've carried this under nothing but a t-shirt before in a holster, and it does quite well. It fits in packs for camping. It's just easy to carry, easy to conceal. So it's a lot of power in a small package. So if you want to talk about the power that's in this small package, let's talk about the power. 357 Magnum. Now, there's a reason why 357 Magnum handguns are one of the best, most popular calibers for handguns. They are just the most versatile guns around. You can shoot anything from cowboy loaded 38 specials in this that wouldn't harm the most fragile shooter, up to full load 357 Magnums, which have been known to take down a large game as big as Browns. So you just have a round here that can defend you from most anything you need to defend yourself from. You just pack the right ammo for what you think is going to be needed that day, and you're set to go with a 357 Magnum. Just a very powerful gun. So you have a gun that looks good, it's got a great size for carry, easy to take with you when you're camping or even just everyday carry, and it also is a powerhouse. 357 Magnum is just a powerhouse round. One of the most versatile, best overall calibers around. Now, capacity. A lot of people complain about capacity on revolvers. 7 shots of 357 Magnum. Plus carry, one speed strip, you got another 6 or 7 shots of 357 Magnum. With more than a dozen rounds of 357 Magnum at my disposal, I'm not going to be fearful of most any situation. I would take 7 rounds of 357 in a bad situation over 10 rounds of 45 or 12 rounds of 40 or 13 rounds of 9mm any day of the week, because if it came down to a situation of penetration or anything like that, I mean, this gun's going to kill it. A lot of people don't take into consideration when they're comparing guns that semi-auto calibers they're very much a compromise. They're not the best round of anything. They are a compromise of how can you build a bullet that still is semi-capable but can fit into the grip of a gun and doesn't make the gun grip too big to handle. So they're never going to be the most powerful round. People will compare, well, I'll just get a 45 and it'll be as good as a 357 Magnum, if not better. No, that's not true. Not even close to true. I had someone ask me the other day if, 45s hurt me when I shoot them, but so should I be able to shoot a 44 Magnum with no problem? I'm like, if a 45 ACP hurts you to shoot it, 44 Magnum is going to break you in half, because they're just not comparable. The only thing they're comparable in is diameter. Power-wise, they're not in the same league. I don't care. You can plus P it all you want, make that argument all you want. You're just going to show your ignorance, because no, it's not going to be comparable to a high-loaded 44 Magnum. Just not going to do it. So, you know, you got a gun here, like I say, that looks good, good size, very powerful, has more than adequate capacity of a round that really can get the job done. And then, when you add on top of it, how much easier of an interface do you get than a revolver? If you want that accurate shot, pull that hammer and click with a very light pull and you're ready to go. If you need to shoot quickly or under stress, just pull the trigger, just point and shoot. Very easy to use. They usually have decent sights on them. Sometimes they'll have gutter sights, sometimes they'll have this like a full regular sight. But just overall, easy to use guns. The manual of arms on these is so easy. Once you load it, all you got to do is know how to pull a trigger. If you need to be more accurate, you just need to learn how to cock a hammer and pull a trigger. Anyone can do that. Even women with the weakest hands that can't rack a semi-automatic slide, I've seen have no trouble thumbing back a hammer on a revolver. So in the end, when you get down to it, you have a great looking gun that's perfect size for carry or camping or hiking, and still hefty enough to know you've got a gun there to absorb some recoil and help you handle the gun. It's very, very powerful. It has good capacity and easily you can carry more rounds for it if you need to. And it's very easy to use. So why wouldn't I consider this the best all-around handgun?